And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. 2 Peter 2:2-3. Listen, when you hear that many shall follow their pernicious ways, that this speaks of men and women who have given their imagination over to fear, to lack, to the world of death. They abuse the creative power within them, and by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Their lips are forged of skepticism, their hearts of covetousness. They will rail against your Christ, your own I am, because they fear its power. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you. These false prophets spin words like silk, trading on your doubt, peddling comfort while tightening chains of lack. Every time you listen, you reinforce the very poverty they sell. Their judgment lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not, for a lie maintained in the imagination hardens immediately into form. There is no slumbering condemnation. Every assumption lives on and shapes your world. But remember, whatever you believe and persist in will come to pass. Christ in you cannot be dethroned by their hollow voices. Nail these illusions to the cross of realization. Feel each vortex of self-betrayal unraveling. Persist in the assumption of your I am, the seed that bursts into resurrection. As you sustain this holy conviction, the critics' malicious tongues fall silent. Their false merchandise dissolves under the light of your knowing. This passage is a stern invitation. Refuse the outward clamor. Do not barter your divine birthright for the baubles of material fear. Stand firm in the consciousness that you are born from above, that you are the cosmic Christ in action. Let every feigned whisper be the signal to deepen your faith, to seal your conviction with the sacred vow, I am the Son whom David calls Father. In that moment, truth shines and falsehoods vanish, judged by your unwavering imagination. 2 Peter 2:2-3 is describing two inner voices at war in your own consciousness. The first voice follows pernicious ways, meaning it clings to fear, scarcity, and gossip that slander your true self. The second voice trades on your anxieties, making merchandise of you with false promises and borrowed beliefs. In everyday terms, one part of you spreads self-doubt, the other part profits from it, reinforcing guilt, worry, and limitation. Behind these opposing currents is the creative field of your imagination, the cosmic Christ within. Every thought you nurture feeds the subtle vortices at the center of your being, the six-pointed star of consciousness. When you align with fear-based stories, you literally spin those energy centers into patterns of limitation. But when you persist in the constructive assumption of your divine identity, you reconfigure those same vortices to draw forth reality that matches your highest vision. This passage actually reveals your supreme power. You are the living I am that both judges and redeems. The judgment of the false prophets in your mind slumbers not, meaning untruth inevitably collapses under its own weight when confronted by the unwavering light of your knowing I am. You possess the authority to dissolve every counterfeit voice by sustaining the one true assumption that you are God in expression, love, wisdom, and infinite creativity. Begin by gently observing whenever a negative story thread begins to weave itself through your mind, those voices whispering fears or repeating idle gossip. As soon as you become aware of any evil spoken of or feigned words, simply name them. They are your inner vendors of fear. The moment you recognize one of these vendors at work, counter immediately with your own declaration of being. You might say, I am the resurrection of my own possibilities. Or if you prefer brevity, simply, I am. Allow that statement to penetrate every corner of your consciousness, then carry it forward into your daydreams, your affirmations, and your moments of gratitude. Persist in this new assumption as though it were already fact, rehearsing it over and over until it hardens into reality. As you continue this practice, you'll notice a profound shift. What once trafficked in your doubts and uncertainties will fall silent, and in that space, the true way of truth begins to unfold in your life. In that unfolding, the scripture from 2 Peter 2:2-3 ceases to feel like a warning against others and transforms into a living blueprint for mastering your own divine creation. Through this inner crucifixion of every false thought, you rise again, resurrected in the unwavering power of your own imagination.